Okay, I did a quick trip down that path here to the left. Goes into a little desert cave area. There's a treasure chest in there that was 3 fairy walnuts, but I did get a question mark. Oh, Lumina time, so light magic should be a bit better, and dark magic not that strong. That is good. So, 3 fairy walnuts in the chest there. The enemies gave me a question mark drop seed, and then I had to fight these guys again, and Angela got a level up from that. So... okay, quick check my items. Couple wishes 19. Should I use... can I use both of these at the same time? I'm gonna just try it out. Oh, I'm gonna use these too, so... let's see, give Angela the Spirit Serum. And give Kevin the Strength Serum. Let's use one of the Mythic Cookies. Plus 20% experience. And Lucre is now increased by 50%. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna put that back there. I need to move all of this stuff now. Let's put the couple wishes there. Let's see, I have some light coins that I can use. Mando icon for fire. For Sala Mando, but still. Boosts allies defense. Boosts allies magic attack and defense. Boosts allies attack. Oh, wait. I had night tag. Imbues all allies' weapons with light elemental damage. That's what the good thing is about having the night tag, which, as I intended, since I wasn't going to use it, I was going to use it here. Because I'm not concerned or worried about fighting Zabelfa, just... if I can make this battle easier, which I don't know, maybe I am underleveled, maybe I'm on par, I don't know. We'll see. I just have bad memories of this place. In the original, of course, but not the remake. So we'll see. I was also really wondering how they were going to make Zabelfa in terms of the remake, because in the original it was easier because it was 2D and faces were on the side, and then there was a face in front of you. You had to apply your makeup there at the top and render that. Oh man, this music is still so good. Level 56. Oh, she appears as soon as you defeat one. Or did I defeat the other one already? Also, she revives the other two. Okay, let's do this. And defeat it again. Whoop. I wasn't stuttering on the sound there. You guys have those, Whoa. What is that? I could use Lucent Beam. Oh yeah, the white squares there, crosses are the... Ah, can't damage her while she's busy reanimating them. Oh no. This goes for Hellcross. This is why in the original you didn't want to fight these three heads at the same time. You wanted to make sure one of them is gone. Because if you fought them while all three of them were around, they were gonna get Hellcross down, and that was a pretty painful sort of thing. Oh, the Satan spell is gone. Oh, they're doing it again. Oh, I defeated her. I think I still have to defeat the other two for it to count. No, she was still stuck on Magic Rend.
失われたはずの闇のマナストーンが現れたから聖域への扉が開いたのね。あ、しまった。これは罠よ。敵は私たちに神獣を倒させてその力を吸収してたんだ。もう8体とも倒してしまったから敵は神獣の最終形態の力を手に入れたことになる。
Even more proof that we suck. We shouldn't have done anything.
それじゃ私たちミス敵を強くしてしまったの？やだ。今さら戻れないし。こうなったらやけよ。行きましょう。
Head to Dragon's Maw. Oh. The mana statue isn't only headless, she's also armless. I sense a treasure chest. Thank you. Well, I didn't sense it because the little thingy told me, but... Next battle! I haven't been to Dragon's Maw in quite some time in the original version, so I kinda forgot what the music was like. Wait, the battle isn't right here? Okay. Yep, there we go.
よく来たな。だが、ここから先には進ません。デュランよ、もう諦めろ。ついに竜帝様は絶大なる力を手に入れた。とてもお前たちの叶う相手ではない。
冗談じゃねえ。だいたいお前何者だ。気安く人の名前呼び捨てにしてんじゃねえ。竜帝がどんなやつだろうと、俺にとっては親父の仇。必ず倒せ。
まだわからんのか、デュランよ。私はお前の父、ロキだ。
Oh my god.
何言ってんだよ。そんなわけあるか。俺の親父は竜帝と差し違えた。
そして底知れぬ穴に竜帝と共に落ちて死んだ。だが竜帝様のお力によりこうして蘇った。竜帝様より闇の力をいただき、今は竜帝様のために働いておるのだ。デュラン、私の息子よ。こっちへおいで。
Sorry, I cared a lot more when Fumihiko Tachiki, voicing Kratos in Tales of Symphonia, said my son.
騙してなどいない。お前が闇の力を得るために魂を抜き出そうとしただけだ。さあデュラン、私と一緒に来い。
やっぱり親父は死んだんだ。お前はあの強くて優しかった俺の父親、黄金の騎士のロキじゃない。
I'm more of a golden knight than you ever were, Dad.
ではお前たちにはここで死んでもらおう。
Darkshine Knight. Duran's father basically fights. Ooh, level 60.
なんで父さんが
竜帝様からいただいた闇
He
の力を
fights
見せて
basically like Duran,
今日目指す
but
必
he's
ずこの
stronger, of
力
course.
が必要になる
And if we compare him to one of his classes, he basically acts like the Dark Path Edelfrey that Duran can turn into for his second class change. He can also teleport because, fuck them. These people teleport all over the place. It was a very big problem for the Duran Angela path. Just like Ludgar, you can see, he does a counterattack. I don't remember if he did that because we're using the higher class strikes against him. Ow. That took like 500 HP or something off of her. Pretty painful. If I recall correctly, his class strike is basically the whirlwind sword that Duran's Edelfrey class uses. Very painful, can kill your party, so you do always want to watch your health. Speaking of health, I want to heal a bit. This is what you used to stand for, Dad! Oh, he got his armor back. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, the item Cs, as you can see, they heal your whole party, but only for 50 HP, which is laughable at this point. Quakebringer, yes. Actually, maybe Quakebringer in the original fan translation was referred to as Eruption Sword. Actually, that might be the class strike for Duran's Duelist class, which is his dark version. But basically, he's evil Duran, so to speak. Spin Slash! Oh, come on. Don't do anything, I want him to do it. I'm just going to assume Duran got the last hit. Even if it seems Angela did. Don't care.
Duran, 我が息子よ。
父さん。
デュラン、強くなったな。竜帝に呪いをかけられ、暗黒に染まってしまった私の魂を解放してくれてありがとう。竜帝の闇の力は絶大だ。気をつけるのだぞ。さあ、私はもう行かなければ。デュランよ、剣の道は険しいがくじけるな。 剣は心を映す鏡。どんな時も決して自分を見失わず、心を静かに保てよ。
父さん、待ってくれ。父さん、俺は竜帝を絶対許さねえ。父さんをこんなにしやがって。紅の魔導士も竜帝も必ず倒す。父さん、天国で母さんと見ててくれよ。さあ、行こう。
This scene is of course a lot different if you don't have Duran in your party. Which, if you are on this path, I would be questioning why you don't have him in your party, because it's, you know, it's very important. Why wouldn't you have him there? In the shortened version, if Duran isn't in your party as the Darkshine Knight is dying, he does mention Duran, his son. So even if you don't have Duran and you don't get the full confirmation of the Darkshine Knight basically being the Darth Vader, you still sort of know. It's not very well hidden in this game, of course. Oh wow, I got 20% from the cookie and the double experience from the little cactus. That is great. If Duran or Angela are not your main character, of course when you leave the sanctuary, the Darkshine Knight is going to appear instead of one of the characters that is the winged, armored, and clawed protectors of this, our land. Translation, you're going to be fighting pretty much the first 3 enemies again, first 3 bosses. This is something that's going to happen in all of the routes. As you leave the Sanctuary of Mana, the Darkshine Knight is going to stand there instead of Belladonna or Gormal, depending on which path you're going for. He's going to mention that the Dragon Emperor was killed again. And I forget if he mentions Duran as he disappears there. But if Duran is in your party, but as I said, not the main character, then, well, not the main character, and Angela isn't your main character either, but Duran is in your party, the Darkshine Knight is going to mention indication who he is. He won't say it fully. He will give heavy implications, but Duran will be too stupid to realize what this actually means. Hey Duran, you want to hear yourself? Good boy. Also, fun fact about that cutscene with Loki that you had. Minor translation thing, but I found it noteworthy. I figured I wouldn't have to mention this sort of thing until I was playing through Lightning Returns. Okay, so there's no little cactus in this area to find. That's interesting. He says your sword is the reflection of your soul. As you heard in Japanese, he said it's the reflection of your kokoro. The Japanese sort of separate what makes you into 3 parts: the body, the heart, and the soul. So, Tamashi being the soul, Kokoro being the heart. You can translate Kokoro as, wow, you are really low on HP. As soul, it's not necessarily wrong. It's just, again, one of those moments where it's not how I would translate it. I know I'm not a perfect translator when it comes to Japanese into English, but it's not how I would do it. honestly, if I look at how I translate some Japanese into English, maybe you can tell that the line was originally Japanese with the sentence structure. That is something that you actually have to avoid when you translate, because not every every language has the same sentence structure, the same grammar, the same... Did I say sentence structure? Sentence structure, grammar, words that mean the same thing or different things. So translating can be quite a thing. Can be very difficult to do, can be very easy to do. All depends on how fluent you are. And how you translate things, and if you manage to translate things certain ways, it does show how much of a grip you might have on either language. Because if you don't know both languages that you are translating decently enough, you end up with weird stuff. For example, Romancing Saga 3. That was... yeah, okay. That was translated from Japanese into English by a guy that wasn't expertly fluent when it comes to English. He wasn't a native speaker, he wasn't super fluid. The translation was still pretty good for what it was. He also had to change the script somewhat to work with the space limitation he had because of the font. So there were things that sometimes came across as a little bit strange, at least for me. The text that, the script that goes on before you fight the very final boss, I always felt that was a bit weird sounding, like it was missing some stuff. But overall, it's still a good translation enough and you can play the game and enjoy it without wondering what the heck did that say. So, like here, Tamashi as soul is correct. Kokoro as soul is also okay. You can also translate it as heart, which, I'll be quite honest, saying your sword reflects your heart sounds a bit better to me. Because, you know, it's the whole your heart makes you what you are and stuff like that. I hope it makes sense when I'm saying here that, you know, your heart reflects you more. It's, you know, like the eyes are the windows to the soul thing. How you wield your sword and maybe even what it looks like will change based on what your heart is like, what your morals are like, and your ethics and that sort of junk. Ow. Haven't seen that one yet. At least not on our side. And he's gone poof. I'm not sure why I'm looking around so much, because I know that there's not a little cactus here. Also, the reason I actually mentioned lightning returns being the point where I would have to explain this difference between Tamashi and Kokoro is because, quite obviously, I am going to be playing Lightning Returns in Japanese because I don't have the localized version anymore. And even if I did, I would still playing the haha, I got it before you guys spawned in enough to prevent me from getting it. I would still play it in Japanese because... long story short, or short summary, I feel like the localized translation is mediocre to subpar in Lightning Returns. it's not only subpar, I also think it also changed things. It changed some lines which it really shouldn't have changed, and it has really, I don't want to say censored some of the later lines, but it changed things so much that it changed the motivation, the atmosphere of various scenes, especially in the ending or in the final cutscenes. But I'm trying to not get too into this because we're not playing Lightning Returns right now. We're playing the Trials of Mana remake, and I am enjoying the hell out of it. And I actually do want to get through this and even do the post-game content, because once I do that, I think I'm free to do personal playthroughs and do whatever the heck I want. I'm looking forward to doing Charlotte's and Kevin's path, and definitely Rize's and Hawkeye's. Because Rize and Hawkeye's... Oh, hey, I thought I was going for the Full Metal Hugger at this point, but no, we're going for the Jewel Eater first. Or... is it still called the Jewel Eater? Yes, Jewel Eater, level 62. I believe I have mentioned it in the demo version of this game. I consider Rize and Hawkeye's path the best one in the game, especially in the original. It just felt like the best one, the one with the closest plot ties, and the most explanation in terms of plot. In the original, the Masked Mage on Kevin and Charlotte's path, and even the Dragon Lord, they kind of come out of nowhere for no reason. They're just there to be final bosses. In contrast with Rize and Hawkeye, you have Belladonna, you have them talk about the Dark Majesty the whole time. Elliot's kidnapping is something that appears even implied in all of the routes, because at Beza you talk about that. You have to retake Laurent. So that's part of the plot. It just feels like that is the... Where are these? There they are. It just feels like the plot that has the most presence as you go through the entire game. Not that the other paths are bad in terms of plot, just the Masked Mage has pretty much no appearance and is only really explained just before you fight him. Trophy earned, Savor! What was that? Something like... earn 100,000... Yeah, I have 100,000 lucre on hand or something like that. Ooh, what happens if I go through here? Yeah, I thought so. Gets you back. The Masked Mage only gets a quick explanation of his background of being a priest that ended up going down the dark path because he was trying so hard to save someone that really was beyond savior, and then he sort of fell from grace. That's only mentioned until after the boss, before you fight him, and then you go into the Sanctuary of Mana and you fight him, and boom, you're done. There's no information about him. Compared to the Dragon Lord, he gets mentioned here and there, and you have that little scene in Peda with Prince Richard and Loki, which I'm not sure if that's there in all the other paths. He's mentioned, but he doesn't have that much presence.